Ever wondered how a brand goes from being, a total stranger to you, to a company you actually trust and recommend to your friends? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. That whole journey, from a simple lead all the way to loyalty.
It really is the million-dollar question for any business, right? And the answer, well, it's not about a single sale or some clever trick. It's a deliberate strategy, a careful process of building a real relationship, one step at a time.
And that strategy is called Customer Relationship Management, or CRM. The idea here is actually a huge shift in thinking. Instead of just focusing on the product, the spotlight moves to you, the customer. Everything a company does is seen through that lens.
So, where does a journey like this even begin? Well, it all starts at the very top of what people call the sales funnel, with that very first introduction. That first digital handshake, if you will.
First things first, a company has to get on your radar. Maybe it's a social media post you scroll by, an ad that actually catches your eye, or a blog post that's genuinely helpful. Once they have your attention, the next goal is to turn that flicker of interest into something more concrete, enough for you to hand over an email address. And boom, just like that, you've become a lead.
And that word lead is so important. This isn't just some random person anymore. It's somebody who has essentially raised their hand and said, hey, I'm kind of interested in what you're doing. The journey has officially started.
Okay, but getting a lead, that's just the starting line. Now comes the really critical part. How do you turn that little spark of interest into a real, trusting relationship?
This is where a process called lead nurturing comes in. You can honestly think of it as the engine that drives this whole customer journey. It's the active, ongoing process of building that connection and that trust.
And this difference is absolutely crucial. See, getting a lead, that's just a transaction. It's about grabbing contact info. But nurturing a lead, that's about building a relationship. It's the deeper work of creating genuine confidence and trust.
And look, this isn't some abstract theory. It's done through concrete, real-world actions. Think about a car dealership offering a test drive, a software company giving you a free trial, or just getting a truly useful email instead of spam. Each of these is a small, trust-building step.
So at the end of the day, what's the point of all those actions? It boils down to one thing: building trust. That consistent, open, two-way street of communication is what transforms a skeptic into a confident buyer. It's the bedrock of the whole relationship.
But you might think the story ends once you make a purchase, right? Well, for the smartest companies out there, the sale is just the beginning of an even more important chapter.
After the sale, the focus totally flips from just getting a customer to keeping one. This means having amazing support, keeping that personal communication going, and ideally, turning that happy customer into a true fan. Someone who not only comes back, but tells all their friends too.
And here's the powerful business truth behind all this. It can cost 5 times more to attract a new customer than it does to keep a current one happy. So, loyalty isn't just a nice feeling. It is a massive economic advantage.
So when we put all these pieces together, what does the grand plan actually look like? Well, it might not be what you're picturing.
Because this whole process, it's not a straight line with a beginning and an end. It's actually a continuous loop. The best companies are always listening, getting feedback, and tweaking their approach based on what they learn from their customers. It never really stops.
And ultimately, making all of this work comes down to a really careful balance. It's about using technology to be smart and efficient, sure, but never ever losing that essential, genuine human connection that's needed to build real trust.
Which kind of leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? Whether we're talking about business or just our own lives, it's worth asking, are we just collecting contacts, or are we taking the time to actually nurture relationships? Because as we've just seen, that's where the real value is.